Hi guys, it's Amir from Four Hats and Frugal, and today, in honor of Halloween, happy Halloween, I'm going to share with you a ghost story that happened to me a few months ago. Now, I was invited down to New Orleans by the New Orleans Hotel Collection, and they put us up in some very nice hotels, some of their very nice establishments down there. Some of us stayed in the Audubon cottages. I think a few of us stayed at the Bourbon Orleans, and the rest of us stayed at the Bourbon Orleans. Now, some of us were supposed to be switching hotels, so they kind of had us all mixed up, and a few of us would be switching. I was in the group that was supposed to be staying one night in the Bourbon Orleans and then switching over to the cottages the next day. So, I got there, and it's a wonderful hotel. It is absolutely beautiful. If you've never been there, it is so, so beautiful. I got there, and a big storm came in, so it ended up taking out all the power in the hotel, which is fine. So I ended up waiting about 20 minutes while they fixed everything, redid our keys. They actually had the head of security take me up to my room, which was up on the 6th floor. And we made a little small talk in the elevator, and then he dropped me off. He showed me the room, and then when he left, he said, I hope you get to interact with one of our ghosts while you're here. And I go, oh, okay. Now, I had no idea how haunted Bourbon Orleans was. I just was told I was going to this other hotel, and that was that. I didn't research any of that. If I would have made a very big stink. Yes, I believe in apparitions. Yes, I've seen them numerous times. And I'm not one of those people that goes hunting for ghosts. Like, I know they're there. I've interacted with them. I don't want to ever go hunting for anything. So I probably would have said, yeah, I don't really think staying at the Bourbon Orleans would be good for me. But I didn't know that, and I kind of thought he was joking with me at the time when he left. So I just said thank you, and I laughed, and he went on his way. So that night, we went to dinner at Dickie Brennan's Tableau, and during dessert, it was a group of us, a group of travel bloggers. During dessert, one of the other bloggers had mentioned how the Bourbon Orleans is haunted, and I'm like, what is going on here? Like, is this is serious business? Like, it's haunted for real? And she didn't go. I told her, please don't go into detail, because if you go into detail, I definitely will not sleep tonight. So she just told me in general that yes, it is haunted, and that the 6th floor is, one of the most haunted floors in the hotel. And I was like, oh, great, I'm on 6th. That's fantastic. Fantastic. You put me right on the 6th floor. And she ended up staying in the room that's supposedly most haunted on the 6th floor, like has the mean ghost or whatever. So I figured, well, maybe I might be okay. If she's actually in that room and that's where most of the ghosts frequent, I might be okay. I go back to the room. It's like almost midnight while I'm getting ready for bed. I'm ready for bed. I get in the bed. Midnight is when I conk out and I go to sleep. I decide I'm going to keep on all the lights. I'm going to keep the TV on. And so the TV's on, I go to sleep, and then I wake back up at 12:30. And I look, and the TV is off. And I'm like, why is the TV off? I turned it on. I see the remote laying next to me. I was like, okay, I rolled over on the remote. Let's turn the TV back on, put the remote on the side, and go to sleep. So I go back to sleep. I wake back up at 12:30. The TV is off again. I'm like, what is going on? I look on the remote. There's nothing on there that says it has a timer for that TV. There's no timer to be set on the TV to either turn it on or off. So I'm like, all right, turn it back on. This happens up until 3:30 in the morning. Every half an hour, the TV goes off and I wake up. So at 3:30 is the last time. I'm getting really pissed at this point. So I decide, all right, let's do it again, turn it off, and go to sleep. Like, seriously, I'm thinking it's me. Like, I'm waking myself up every half an hour. I go back to sleep. I wake up again at 4 o'clock. So when I wake up this time, I'm getting really upset. And I look over to the side, and there's a picture on the right of the wall. Sorry. I got the chills. There's a picture on the right of the wall, and it's a picture of Jack's beer. I think it's from like the 1920s. Jack's beer is still there, but the picture is from the 1920s. It's a black and white picture, and it has like bushes in the front of Jack's beer, and there's nobody in the picture. It's just a picture of Jack's beer. Because it's on my right, I look to the right, and I see that there is a little girl. Oh my God, don't Sorry. There's a little girl in the picture, and she's not looking at me. She's looking like sideways straight. She's looking at the bush, like the bush is here, and she's looking at the bush. And she has long blonde hair, and she's wearing like a nightgown, like a white nightgown. I decide I'm not gonna freak out. I'm tired, like I'm jet lagged. I am beat. I'm like, you need to get sleep. Don't freak out right now. Turn the TV back on. Go to sleep. She continues to do this to me for every half an hour up until 7 a.m. Now, she doesn't do it again at 7:30, mind you. Want to know why? It's because I set my alarm to wake me up at 7:30 a.m. so I could go and have breakfast with the rest of the bloggers. So she obviously knew that I set my alarm for 7:30, and she decided I'm not going to wake her up again. Her alarm's going to go off. So my alarm goes off at 7:30. I wake up, the TV's on. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, was that a dream? Like, was it seriously a dream? And I know it wasn't, because I got no sleep. I know how I feel when it's a dream and I do get sleep, and when I get absolutely zero sleep. I decided, all right, let's not worry about it right now. It's daylight. Supposedly they're very active at night. So she hopefully won't bother you right now. Go get in the shower, get ready, go. So I go to breakfast, and I ended up telling everybody the story. And I wasn't really freaked out until I started telling the story to everybody. And I looked at their faces, how freaked out they were. Needless to say, they did move me. For the next night, I ended up staying at the Bourbon Orleans for the rest of the trip. Which is also haunted, but not as haunted. So the little girl, if you Google Bourbon Orleans Haunted, you'll learn all about her. I learned her story, and it made me even more sad. She just basically wanted to play with me, and I wasn't having it. That was my ghost story in New Orleans. How fun, right? I actually have another one. I know. I'll upload that one too. Maybe I'll do them both today. Thanks for listening. If you're a fan of ghosts, maybe check out the Bourbon Orleans. You'll have a great time. All right, happy Halloween, guys. Bye.